Hello friends, myself Mr. Nimesh G. Gandhi. I am working as a assistant professor in Mechanical Engineering Department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Our subject is heat transfer. In this subject, we are going to discuss about heat conduction through a hollow cylinder. Okay, we are going to discuss about heat conduction through a hollow cylinder. So first of all, we are just consider the one hollow cylinder made of material having a constant thermal conductivity and insulated at both the end. Okay, so now you can see here. I am just consider one hollow cylinder is that is your inside R1, it's your inside radius of hollow cylinder, and R2 is the outside radius of the hollow cylinder. Then after inside that cylinder, we are just consider between that inside and outside radius, we are just consider one element is there. You can see here dotted. Okay, that is our element is there. Now, that element radius is R is there. Okay, now here we are just considered that okay, heat is normally we are considered Cartesian coordinate for the cylinder. Normally we are considered the three direction heat flow will be considered radial, tangential and axial. But here we are just only considered the single direction heat flow will be considered. So we are neglecting the axial and tangential direction. There is no heat flow through the tangential direction as well as axial direction. We are just consider heat flow radially outward. Why we should write heat flow radially outward? So only we are just consider heat flow only radial direction will be considered, and why we should consider outwards? Okay, so we are just consider here that inside surface of the that hollow cylinder having a temperature T1 and outside surface of the hollow cylinder having a temperature T2. Now we are just consider that inside temperature is high and outside temperature is low. So heat is transferred inside to outside and radially. So we should consider heat flow radially outward. If you are consider outside temperature is high and inside temperature is low, so at that time heat flow radially inward. It means outside to inside heat flow is there. But we are just consider here heat flow inside to outside. Okay, so at that time we are just considered heat flow radially outward. Now we are not considered axial direction heat flow, so we just consider no heat flow in axial direction. Then you can see T1 is greater than T2. Why? Inside temperature is high and outside temperature is low. Inside temperature T1 and outside temperature is T2. Thus T1 is greater than T2. Okay, clear? That is your hollow cylinder and constant thermal conductivity K throughout the material. Now how to derive the equation for that hollow cylinder? So how we can start? So first of all we are using the conduction is there, and conduction law is given by the Fourier law of conduction. So we can start with the Fourier law of conduction. So first of all we are just consider Fourier law of conduction. Now what is the Fourier law of conduction? So Fourier law of conduction is Q is equal to minus Ka dt by dx normally. Okay, but here what will be our thickness of that cylinder is there? So already I mentioned that that element having a thickness is dr is there. That is your dr is your thickness of the element. So we should consider dt by dr, and dt means temperature difference between inside to outside, because inside is high temperature and outside is low temperature. That is your Fourier law of conduction. Q is equal to minus Ka dt by dr. Now first of all, what is Q? So Q means rate of heat flow. In the direction of heat flow will be considered normally per unit time we are just consider. So unit is joule per second. K means thermal conductivity of the that hollow cylinder material. A means area of the hollow cylinder. Delta T means temperature difference between inside to outside, higher side to lower side, and dr means thickness of that hollow cylinder. So first of all, what is area of that cylinder? Normally if we are consider area of the cylinder, normally we are consider pi r square or pi by 4 d square, but we cannot here consider pi r square or pi by 4 d square. we can consider the area of that cylinder. How will be considered? So if you are consider that cylinder is there, that cylinder having some length is there, so we are just considered that will be extended, will be considered. Okay, so that length will be considered, so that will be considered, we are just consider L. So L is the length of the cylinder, and then after we are just consider the circumference of the cylinder. And what will be circumference of the cylinder? So circumference of the cylinder will be normally considered 2 pi r into L. So we are just consider what will be our area? Our area is 2 pi r into L. What is 2 pi r? 2 pi means circumference of the cylinder, hollow cylinder, and L means length in the direction of heat flow. So that is our area will be considered. Now we just put here area. So what will be our equation? So Q is equal to minus K 2 pi r L into dt by dr. Up to that. Now we are just consider one side, we are just consider del t term, and another side we are just consider the del r term or dr term will be considered. So one side we are just consider from that equation, we are just consider whole dt term will be that side will be considered, and we are right side will be considered dr term. So dt is equal to, we can write minus q by k 2 pi r L into dr. Just interchange will be there. We are just interchanging. One side will be dt term will be considered, and another side dr term will be considered. Up to that over. Now what will be our condition is there here? Okay, why we should consider here dt term and dr term? So we have a two boundary condition is there. Why we have a two boundary condition? So we have a two boundary condition means what? Okay, first inside radius is there and second outside radius is there. Similar way inside temperature is there and outside temperature is there. So we can say that, okay, what will be our inside condition? So suppose I will consider inside condition. So inside condition what will be? R radius R is equal to R1 at the time temperature T is equal to T1. Okay, so that is your inside condition. For that inside condition will be R is equal to R1 is there for that element we are just consider, and what will be our temperature? So here our temperature is T1 is there. So T1 is inside temperature. Okay, similarly we just consider outside condition will be considered. So outside, it means that outside cylinder condition will be considered. So outside cylinder having a radius is what? R2 is there. You can see here R2 is there radius, and what will be our temperature? Just you can see here I am just extending here, so it will be T2 is there. So outside temperature is T2 is there. So R is equal to R2 and T is equal to T2. Okay, so we have a two boundary condition, R1 and R2 for the radius and T1 and T2 for the temperature. So we can just consider here temperature side, delta T means temperature side is there and dr means radius side is there. So we have a two boundary condition. With two boundary condition we are just integrating that equation with boundary condition. So integration will be considered, integration and limit is T1 to T2 for the temperature is equal temperature here, and Q by 2 pi R L into K into dr. The integration will be considered here radius side R1 and R2. Okay, up to that. Now we are just consider integration will be start. So first of all here we are just consider the integration of the first term. So you can see here what will be the integration of that term here. Constant term is there, one is there, we can say that delta T with respect to delta T we are just integration will be start. So constant term integration will be T is there, so we have a T. Okay, and with two limit is there, T2 and T1, T1 inside, T2 outside. We just consider limit T2 and T1 is equal to, now here we are just required only R term will be required. So remaining Q, 2 pi, L and K is constant term. So we just take outside will be considered. So it will be considered outside Q, 2 pi, K into L. Now inside will be what? 1 upon R. Inside is there. We are just considered that will be considered Q minus Q, 2 pi, K into L will be outside. So inside will be what? R1 to R2, 1 upon R into dr. So integration of 1 upon R. Okay, so what will be the integration? So integration is ln R. Integration of the 1 upon R is ln R, and limit is R1 and R2. Over up to that. Now we just consider that integration will be considered inside. Okay, so first limit we are just consider here. So that will be our first condition is what here? It will be, we just put first T2 minus T1. Okay, similar way here Q 2 pi KL as it is for here ln, so it will be ln R2 minus ln R1. Now up to that over. Now already I told you okay, heat is transfer inside to outside, so we can say that okay, inside temperature is T1 is greater than T2, T1 is greater than T2, but here we can say that okay, T2 minus T1 is there. It means that T2 is low and T1 is high. Okay, so we required here T1 minus T2. So how it possible? So at the time we just consider that negative side, this side. Okay, so it becomes T1 minus T2. So we just take that negative side this side, so it becomes T1 minus T2 is equal to Q by 2 pi K into L. Now we can also write K ln R2 minus ln R1. So we can write ln R2 by R1. Over up to that. Now what will be our target? Our target is how much amount of heat will be flow from inside to outside, heat flow radially outward. It will be Q. So how we can determine Q? So one more time rechange or interchange will be considered. So interchange will be considered, we require in the form of the Q, our equation required in the form of the Q. So interchange will be considered. So Q is equal to, we can write that will be that side and that will be below side will be considered. So T1 minus T2 upper side 2 pi KL divided by ln R2 by R1. Just range or interchange will be there. That side will be considered. Okay, that is your equation for the rate of heat transfer, or we can say that heat conduction through the hollow cylinder. We can also write okay, Q is equal to T1 minus T2 divided by ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL. I am just taking that 2 pi KL below. Okay, what is ln R2 by R1 2 pi KL? That is called as a thermal contact resistance for the cylinder. Thermal contact resistance for the cylinder, and we can write RTH for the cylinder is equal to ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL. Already I told you in plane wall, L by K into area for the resistance for the plane wall. Okay, now here we are just consider cylinder, so our resistance will be changed ln R2 by R1 2 pi KL. And what is our equation for the last? That is our last equation, rate of heat transfer. Rate of heat transfer, or we can say that heat conduction through the hollow cylinder, Q is equal to T1 minus T2 divided by ln R2 by R1 2 pi KL. That is your resistance equation for the cylinder. Now you can see here electrical analogy is there. Okay, what will be your electrical analogy? So it will be similar way we can say that for the electrically normally we are consider voltage into current. Okay, so instead of voltage into current, here we are just consider rate of heat transfer, temperature and resistance will be considered. Over, so how we can consider okay, how much amount of heat will be transferred inside to outside? So we just consider Q and Q, that is your inside, and that side will be your outside is there. That is your T1 inside temperature and T2 is outside temperature is a heat is transfer inside to outside. Okay, and between that that is your resistance is there, and that resistance we derive, what will be our resistance? ln R2 by R1 2 pi K L. That is your electrical analogy, heat is transfer inside to outside, or we can say that heat flow radially outwards. Over. Now already I told you what is T1, what is T2, what is R2, what is R1, 2 pi KL, and what is Q. From that equation you can easy to find out, or you can easy to determine the radius of the cylinder inside or outside, or you can also determine the temperature inside and outside, as well as you can find out rate of heat transfer. You can also determine the length of the cylinder from that equation. That is a equation for the heat conduction through a hollow cylinder. That is your last equation, and that is your resistance equation for the cylinder side. Thank you.